back to another video. Today's video I am doing my go-to summer bronzy look that I typically do for the whole entire summer. I love this look because it gives you a nice soft glow, kind of like a sun-kissed glow. So that's the go-to look that I go for and that I aim for, and I will be sharing with you all. So I hope you guys enjoy it. But the first product I am starting with is a primer. I have two primers here. So these are my favorite primers. They are both a little color correcting primers, but I love these two because they do have natural products. This one has some type of algae base, and then this one has pomegranate extract, which is really good for your skin. But I'm gonna go ahead and do mattifying primer. Like I said, I love this one primarily because it has no silicone. I love that it's not gonna clog my pores. It is really nice and soft. The other thing that I do love on it is that it has a small tint to it. You can't notice it on the skin because it is super sheer. But I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it primarily in my T-zone. It's almost like another layer of moisturizer, which I love, but it's really soft and silky. I'm gonna go ahead and just get a little bit more, but I'm gonna go ahead and focus where I have larger pores, a little bit on the neck area here. So the next tip I have, I'm gonna go ahead and use this concealer by IT Cosmetics, and it's the Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer in full coverage, but I'm gonna go ahead and use this before my foundation, just on my problematic areas. Make sure that I'm covering those before I put any type of foundation, just to make sure that those areas are completely blurred out. I'm gonna go ahead and take my sponge and just kind of lightly tap on it. I want to make sure I don't take off the makeup product I just applied. So I'm going to softly just tap it in there. You'll start noticing that it's really covering those areas without applying too much. Okay, so you kind of saw that it kind of blurred out some of those acne scars, which is what we are going for. But my go-to foundation for the summer is this Sheer Glow Foundation by NARS. Let's go ahead and shake this baby up. It's really lightweight. You can automatically tell when you put it on your face, it's gonna give you like this small glow, which is really nice. It's a medium coverage foundation, but you can definitely build it up if you wanted to. I am gonna go with that medium coverage. I mean, it looks like a lot, but I promise I only did like a dime size. I'm gonna go ahead and buff it into my skin. But even for being a medium coverage, it's really great for covering any acne scars, any redness on your skin, without it feeling like you're stacking loads and loads of makeup on. Don't forget your eyelids. It's extremely important, otherwise you look like a crazy lady. And your forehead, just make sure you really get in there. Make sure that there are no brush streaks, and make sure that really sinks into your face and create that soft canvas for the rest of your products. Okay, I go ahead and take that concealer I used earlier here, just for my under eyes and a little bit on the nose. And again, you want to make sure that you are lightly patting to make sure you are not taking away too much of the product that you just put on. I must say, you have to make sure you do set your under eyes, your eyelids, anywhere where you put this product, because I find that it does tend to crease if you do not set it. So just make sure that if you're using this, you're setting it with a powder. Okay, so now that I put my concealer, I'm gonna go ahead and set it with the Bare Minerals Matte Loose Powder in the color Light. I'm not gonna bake because I find that when I bake on my skin with certain powders, my face feels just too stiff for the product and I don't like it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and grab a brush, put some on the lid, grab a little brush and just lightly pat down the product to make sure that I'm concealing that concealer so that it's not moving throughout the day and it's not creating any type of creases on my face. So I went ahead and did that. I'm gonna go ahead and take another brush, just a regular eyeshadow brush, and just really tap under my eyes lightly without tugging at it. I am really getting in those creases. I go ahead and now bronze my face. I like the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. This is my go-to. It's so soft and it smells delicious. So I'm just gonna take a big stippling brush, go into the product, and really just bronze my face all over. Starting at the cheekbones and then working my way up to my forehead and then back to my cheekbones and then down to my neck, just to make sure that we are getting all of those areas. Remember, you are not contouring, you are bronzing. That's a big difference between contouring. If you're gonna be contouring your face, you're obviously gonna go with something smaller to make sure you're really getting in the hollows of your cheek. But since you're just bronzing, you're gonna go ahead and just do a bigger brush and deliberately put it all over your face. I'm just gonna take this one just to really get in the hollows of my cheek. Kind of like to loop it here because accentuating the cheekbones and making sure that the apples of your cheek are really popping out because of my rounder face. Sometimes I can look all even, so it's just kind of creating a little bit of that definition on your face. So the blush that I'm using is the NARS in the color Orgasm. I mean, if I can choose one product that I really don't switch out too often, it is my blush, because I really like something just nice, not too hot pink, not too orangey, not too mauvey. So this is kind of like in between. You see, it's kind of like a nice sheer pink. It has some tiny little gold reflex on there. So that is what I'm going for. I'm just gonna go ahead and tap my brush in there. And I'm not gonna sweep, I'm just gonna go ahead and pat on my face. And you see, it's not too crazy, but it's like a nice, I've been in the sun for a little bit, type of cheeky rosy look, which is cute. Before I go ahead and apply my highlighter, I'm gonna go ahead and set my face with a setting spray. And this is really to kind of just blend in all of the powders that I just put on my face, make sure that anything loose is kind of just being blended into the face. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply. I'm using the Mario Badescu Rose Water Spray. So apply that on your face and just slightly fan your face just to make sure that you don't have any water droplets just chilling there. Okay, so next, now this is really where your glowy look is gonna come in play. I am gonna take a loose highlighter first just to kind of really create that glow affection all over my face, and I'm really gonna concentrate on the cheekbones, my temples, and then a little bit on my nose. To create that effect, I'm gonna use a Jaclyn Luminous powder, and this is a really beautiful powder. I mean, it's super well done. If you have never tried it, I highly recommend it, but it's like just so pretty, and it's not gonna create too much of a highlight. It's just gonna give you like a nice sheer glow. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some on the lid, just a tad bit. You don't need too much. I'm gonna take a fan brush, just lightly dust that on my cheeks, the temples, and you can already see that glow it's creating. My temples here. So after I go ahead and I did that, I'm gonna take my Bobbi Brown and Sunkissed Glow Highlighter, and this is absolutely beautiful. It is a gold highlighter, which is for my skin tone, which is kind of like an olive, darker skin tone. I tend to gravitate more towards gold highlighters versus silver highlighters or white highlighters, just because it just does not look good on my skin. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this highlighter and just really apply this on my cheeks. don't know if you can tell, but you can already see that beautiful glow that it's creating. So that is it. I'm just gonna take whatever I have left on my brush and just get my temples a little bit. I don't like to put too much product on here because I do have bangs, so it's just gonna get covered anyways. So for my eyelids, this is really the only product that changes for me on a daily basis, whether I use it or I opt out for it. Reason being is because I don't always like to wear eyeshadow on my eyelids, but it is a very fine loose pigment, so it's super easy to, if you're on the go, to just quickly put it on your eyelids. So I'm going to take a brush and I'm just going to apply that all over my eyelids, starting at the center and then moving upwards to the corners. Just kind of buff it into the inner corners of my eyelid. Okay, so you can already tell a big difference. It's created that nice glowy look. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows now. I am using the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the color Chocolate. I'm gonna go ahead and do just a really thin line of eyeliner, just to really blend in the eyelashes that I'm gonna put on, with a little flick at the end of my eye. So I can already tell this flick is longer. Okay, that looks good. So now I'm gonna go ahead and apply my falsies, and then we're gonna go ahead and move to the lips. Last final step. Okay, so for my lips, I tend to gravitate more towards nudes all the time. This is my everyday go-to lip combo. I like it because it's a very matte look. I don't have to really worry about reapplying it after a few hours, 3-4 hours, I'm gonna say. So I'm gonna start off with my Laura Mercier Natural Lips lip liner and just really lightly outline my lips. Sometimes you run into these problems where your eye gets watery and you have to reapply a little bit of glue on the inner corners. Your eye wants to act out and not cooperate with you, so that's a-okay. So I'm gonna start off with the Kat Von D Bow and Arrow liquid lipstick. And before it dries, I'm gonna go ahead and now use the color Ophelia, and it's just a really light pale pink, just over that to really give it that nude effect. Okay guys, so this completes my look. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this look as much as I do. This is my go-to bronzy glowy look for the whole entire summer. Let me know if you would like to see more of these videos. If so, I'd be glad to do them for you. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Bye bye.